Alright, welcome everyone to EKU Esports. This is Alan. I'm here with Dakota, and today we are watching EKU up against RSU here in ECAC, and this is what, week 3, week 4?
Yes, I believe this is week 3.
So we're going to be starting off on Night Heaven Labs, as we usually do. And we're seeing some pretty standard operator bands right here out of the gate. The Maverick's going to go ahead and go away. And that's, more or less what we've seen. We've seen a lot of hard breachers get targeted on this map. And I think you and I are always favoring the Maverick pick. We love seeing those little Maverick tricks and watching these teams get those crazy angles.
As a former Maverick main before he got nerfed into the ground, I do love to see that there is at least one map in the rotation that he is still meta on.
Mira and Dokkaebi will both be going out. That's pretty par for the course across all maps and modes. And the Tubarão coming off. I guess that's just I guess we're going to see a very hard breach heavy game. Thermite gonna excel, Habana gonna excel, Ace gonna excel. And EKU, they will be starting off here on the defense.
Yeah, starting off on defense really is, I think, where you want to be on a lot of these maps. Get that heavy lead in starting out, and then work to try to fight against that disadvantage on attack when you're on that side.
We'll be on second floor, command servers.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
For a second I was
as many
worried that
bombs
the
as
game
they
might
can.
crash, but we are good. And so we will get set up here on the second floor. Now we do see the Thermite, we do see the Ace from the side of RSU, so hard breaches will be, and then there are quite a few walls along the top side of this map that are easily broken with those hard breaches available. Usually we see some sort of Maverick coming out to counteract the bandit trick that we'll likely see here from Think, but he's gone, so they're gonna have to find a way around that, and that's going to be the Thatcher. So will the bandit trick come in? And that's really gonna be the key here on the defense for EKU.
Yeah, I'm interested here to see, we are getting a Blackbeard, and I'm pretty sure he just got a rework.
He didn't
very recently. So this will be my personal first time in an esports match seeing this character post that rework.
RSU taking a slow peek around. We're getting some drones in here. One player has managed to make it on in, but the yellow thing is coming out. C4 from border. Holding.
A bomb has been located.
Doesn't commit. Sin, though, is here to back him up with the Fenrir trap as well.
Yeah, having that sound prompt for a C4 is sometimes enough of a deterrent on its own. You don't have to use the utility there.
Nice shots at Os. We'll take down Think off of a rogue peak there. Gunfire going down. Sin into hell. Tries to get the pixel peak. Will not connect with anything. So the crack in the armor is made here for RSU. Os did take a bit of return fire damage, so not a clean getaway. EKU, a minute and 50 to withstand here is going to be difficult, especially as the hard breach begins to come in. A couple of swings get taken either way, has to sprint across. Lolo escaping with his life border, gonna take some damage of his own. A minute and a half on the clock.
This is a lot of time to work with here. Still, having that advantage for a number is very, very good for their team here.
Border looking to maybe go on a flank here. Mute Jammer's already down, so he can afford to lurk, and he's gotten behind a couple here. Has to be careful. Yeah, and the sound cue comes through. Also will pick up the second, but Moon is quick on a refrag. Takes down Jake. Warden's in here for Moon. Going to be A-okay from those flashbangs. And with a minute on the clock, RSU are going to have to commit to something here soon. If you are the side of RSU, you don't want to get in a situation where it's a time scramble and you walk into like a three-piece. No information on Lomo as the
Mine activated.
drone runs straight by him. And 40 seconds on the clock. EKU are withstanding the pressure. The problem is it's beginning to mount.
Yeah, as we were saying, this time crunch is very, very bad for RSU. You're wanting to get in there with a bit more time, and as you take down 30 seconds, 20 seconds, you're just gonna have to start
The
making some
attacker's bomb
plays that are a
diffuser
lot
has
less
been
careful
dropped.
and calculated and be able to be dropped like we might see right here if they can get a timing on that peak.
Yeah, Thermite going to place his
Attackers have recovered their
patch.
diffuser.
A swing will
15
come in,
seconds
Lomo will take the kill. Trades are going back and forth. Fry finds Sen. You're
seconds
gonna have
to
to
go.
back up off the offensive. Will get taken down by Fry. Lomo left in a position where he couldn't technically clutch this. Will take down Fry. Has to find the planter. He hears it going
Attackers
down.
activate.
The diffuser will go down.
Defenders
He's gonna be able to
located
take the
the
kill. 3 in the round for him. This would be such a win it is. He's gonna stick. Turns here, takes a couple shots. The fire guy going down, and Lomo's able to win it.
Absolutely beautiful end of a round there for Lomo.
For a second, I thought he was just
Defenders
gonna
have
stick.
disabled the bomb
I thought it was gonna be good, but
Defenders
then
win.
he gets the audio cue, gets the red ping as well out from the team, and he finds 4 in that round to help secure round number 1. A great round by Lomo.
Yes, and those split-second decision making is what shows just the level of skill in these players. Because I'll be honest with you, I think my adrenaline's pumping in that moment. I just get off of 3 kills. I might stick it. I might pros don't fake. And this is where we find out that pros do, in fact, sometimes need to fake.
Yeah, that's such a good awareness to realize. I mean, the team's certainly calming. They've
Attackers
got the
need to
cam.
locate and
They
defuse
are
bomb.
able to pretty much tell him exactly what he needs to do in the moment. He hops it, and if they are not seeing anything on the cam, he just sticks it. He wins the round that way. Information comes through. He reacts accordingly, and a job well done for that 4K by Lomo.
Absolutely, and just having that confidence in yourself there to not reload your time. Knowing to stick with the deagle there on that secondary weapon is pretty brave, but it worked out for him.
Evil eye deployed.
10 seconds to go.
Heading out to basement. As
5
is
seconds
the way that we usually do things here on Night Haven.
Attackers must
In a
locate
similar
and defuse the
setup,
bomb.
we do see, I believe that's the Ram, coming out from RSU, looking to open up some of the top floorboards, get some more vertical line of sight, as well as we're noticing a bit of a shift to some more roam-heavy players from EKU, the Castle, the Legion, the Vigil, all out for EKU. So playing a bit of a different strategy than they did in the last round where they were mainly withstanding that pressure. Nevertheless, a good site setup.
And as we said last time we were casting here together, this is one of those rounds, that basement round, that you know which direction they're coming from. This is one of those rounds you do want to win when you're on defense here.
RSU, not exactly committed to any one way of entering this building, leaving lots of room for one-on-ones, as we might see here. The pixel peek can come through. Shots go right past Borger's head. He's going to back off that, reposition, try to find a different angle. But just like that, Corb at RSU is going to leave. Go up top, try to
Bomb
find
located
another
by
thing.
attackers.
RSU will finally spot the bomb, confirming long-known suspicions. And it seems as though they're content with just taking some individual gunfights. And usually here, we see around a minute on the clock, EKU will start to pull back the roamers. We've already seen Borger has retreated down to sight. Elysian Mine will catch the better half of Oz here.
See you around.
And that's information well gained. Lomo in a position to maybe capitalize, so is Think.
Now,
Timing
this-
just not good enough.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, as you just said, this is really about timings and who can get the first swing on which team.
Yeah, and Jake swings on Sen there and takes him down. Lomo quickly dropped after, but health advantage is not so for sure. The C4 comes through, and that's going to take a dent out of the health as well. Still down 3 versus 5, but makes the margin of error a lot bigger. More ram drones coming out, busting up some of the floorboards, but again, this feels like a similar time struggle. If you are RSU, you don't want to fall victim to the same thing you did last time. You're gonna want to go faster here. Players up top looking down on into sight. One gets spotted out. The kill gonna come through from Moon. He finds the one. The red pings are out on the site. Takes the swing. Able to get the second. He will get dropped, but think on the trade. 2 versus 2 now. 7 seconds on the clock. Red pings are on fire. Border will be able to pick up Oz. They know where the last is. All they have to do is not chow, and a wonderful round win by EKU.
Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. A lot of that just comes down to discipline, knowing at that ending of the round, when they do not have time to plant, you just hold back, let that one person just sit there and wait out that 5 seconds.
Yeah, and honestly, a beautiful play there by Moon as well. He waits to spring the trap, gets the kill up from the floorboards, takes a crazy gunfight, wins that one, and then the trades just fall where they may. And honestly, if you're RSU, the solution here is likely just to play faster. Right now, you're losing rounds when you have life advantages, just by nature of the fact that you get put in a position where you have to make an uncomfortable play. So just stay calm and try to work, you know, a little bit quicker than you are right now, and RSU could easily take a few offensive round wins here. EKU, though, looking at this little setup that we've got going on here, is still committed to that plant denial, to that time wasting ability, especially what we see from the Malusi and as our you know, our little favorite, Smoke.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, and as you were saying, just trying to get into that site a
5
lot
seconds
faster
to
gives you time to maybe make some more risks at the start,
Attackers are heading
but
out
as
to
you
defuse
move
the
into the
bomb.
round, it gives you more overall time to be tactical about your hold, your post plant. But the way we've been seeing it here with RSU is they've just had to try to get onto site for a bit too long, and then they have to make those rash decisions where you'll have moments like last round where we saw one person spray down 2 because they're just having to try to get on site, and that's taking half their attention for rushing in. Because games like these, they're called tactical shooters for a reason. The moment you start rushing into things, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's gonna be bad for you.
This I don't know, the RSU composition reminds me of back when I played. Buck, Ash, Thatcher, I mean, they've been around for a while, and there's a reason why. EKU on the setup, playing a bit more spread out just by nature of the sites that they're playing. Think does manage to open it up onto Oz, and now they have a great idea of where most of the pressure is going to come from. And if you're RSU, you have a decision here. Do you press the issue, try to find a retrade, or do you back off and try to find a different avenue?
Yeah, it looks like we know where at least 3 of their players are, and the 4th is there, but I don't know that we've really had any confirmation that they're there yet. So we just know that the more angles we hold on this side of the point, the better we are here.
And it looks like RSU is going to commit towards the second floor push, especially into electrical. And you have to be careful of all the angles. One of the players on the
Attackers have
stairs,
recovered their diffuser.
spotting towards Lomo, will back off, but the pressure is just continuing to mount. Gunfight after gunfight. The Azami barrier coming in, going to impact the way that they move forward here. Jake does win a close and narrow gunfight, but is quickly traded out by Lomo, so life advantage still to EKU. Sin's going to be able to take down one on the challenge. The peaks come through. Lomo wins another one. And if you're RSU, you gotta start thinking about what you can do here. You got pushed into forcing, and
Diffuser has been dropped.
it just falls apart once again. EKU take 3.
Yeah, and I believe it was Sin and Lomo up there, just holding the, as I said, once you know where they are, they held that crossfire there beautifully. You come in, you're gonna have to pick which angle to swing at, and even if you do win one of the fights, the other is there to immediately trade off of you.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful, just beautiful play, and Sin now, I mean, the clash coming out is just the icing on the cake here, as they will get an opportunity to head back on up to the second floor.
Yeah, and just as you're saying, beautiful
Attackers need to
plays.
locate and
It
defuse
seems
as
like
many bombs as
EKU
they
this
can.
whole time, even when it's a 1v3 situation, has not lost their cool. They have kept level-headed, and as I've said, I believe in the past, as the player's side of things, half of the game is
Attackers have
mental.
located a bomb.
As long as you can keep calm, cool, collected, not let the other team get in your head, even if the other team may be better than you, as long as you're calm and you can let some doubt slip into the other team's heads, you're fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just obvious here that EKU has
10 seconds left.
not lost confidence in themselves even a little bit.
Device placed.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, they
before
were,
insertion.
in fact, refused to lose confident.
Yeah. Going back to what I said
Attackers are heading
earlier,
out to defuse the
talking
bomb.
of confidence, like keeping the deagle instead of reloading your primary just shows the confidence.
Back to the second floor, I do believe. The tip-top standard that we usually see from teams on defense. This is usually what they're good at, and again, this is what we usually see out of the offensive teams is to try to break through this wall. The bandit traps doing their job to help deny some sort of entry, but the Thatcher grenade and thermite blast are sure to come through here soon, and they do, opening up the wall for RSU entry.
Now, it looks like so far they are playing a bit more aggressively than they have been, but who knows if they're going to be able to prioritize off of this half entry they've made so far.
Keep up. Come on!
Yeah, and this is why the clash is good. You can pretty much get a full, this is just a walking camera that you have eyeing this entry point. And so Sin is going to do his job. He's going to patrol this side of the map to make sure that no forward progression gets made where resources have already been invested by RSU. And now RSU faces the same dilemma they did in the last round. Do they try to commit to this side push, or do they look to wrap around? And it looks like their answer is going to be a little bit of both. It seems that they'll split up just a little bit, but they're still applying some pressure on this side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can just, and as you said, just that's like a walking camera. You have that flash there. You can have people like Lomo's over near the stairs, I believe, just waiting to see if they hear anything on that side. And as long as you can just look into where they're most likely going to go, you can really work off sound prompts anywhere else.
1 minute on the clock. Time becoming an ever so present issue for RSU as well. The gridlocks are coming out, and that does well to kind of push Sin off of this angle at least a little bit. Thatcher grenade still coming through, another thermite in. Breach is going down, and here is where you gotta be careful. You could easily line yourself up for a bad situation. Jake does find first blood here in round, and we'll take down Moon. But 40 seconds on the clock. We've seen this one in this game before. Lomo getting lit up from the side. We'll manage to find one out of nowhere. Jake is gonna get dropped. Fry will take down Borger on the refrag, but they have to be careful here. Corb will be able to pick up one, but think on the pinch. Beautiful trigger discipline and gets flicked on. Oh my Lanta. And I mean, that's just not something you want to have happen, but in the 2v4, I can understand the decision, but RSU, they are able to break onto site there off the backs of Jake and Corb finding those picks.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're talking about that trigger discipline right there, I have to say, even though it didn't work, I think he still made the right call there. Because even if there's a chance in that 2v4 situation to move forward and see a second before you shoot on the first, it's worth taking. So even though there was an unlucky moment of that flick around getting the pick on him, still I think the trigger discipline was a good call.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We will see them go here to basement.
Set up and ready to blow.
Or, yeah, on the basement.
It looks like even more going towards that stall call,
Yeah.
which
The Goyo coming out the thin rear.
absolutely learned that this is what works against RSU here. They are a bit slow organically, so if you have your comp built around slowing them down even further, that is just ideal.
Yeah, still a decent half for EKU. Obviously,
10 seconds to
looking
go.
to win the next two to really solidify this as a solid half.
5 seconds remaining.
Going up 5-2, or rather 5-1
Attackers must
in the
locate
first half of the
and defuse
game.
bomb.
It does wonders for your offensive morality. I
Yes.
guess morale.
And especially if, based on our history, I believe we weren't able to stream them last week, but I did hear they won both of their maps 0-7. So going off of that, you could afford to lose a round. It doesn't matter.
Disabling electronics.
Yeah, we've set up pretty similar in terms of
Bomb located
roam,
by
and
attackers.
obviously we are looking to do a lot more area denial. And here we're actually seeing the ace come through as opposed to the thermite. A small change from RSU, but could make the difference.
Yeah, it looks like, honestly, this round, based on what I was seeing there, we might see some quicker contact from
Not ready
RSU.
to go.
And Lomo setting up these critty angles right above where the breach is, so that's going to do a good job at some level of area denial. And the problem here that RSU is going to face is that they've started to commit towards pushing bottom straight out, but if they do that, they're going to lose control of the rest of the map. Jake, though, this guy has been on top of it when it comes to the first
Attackers
blitz.
drop
He
the
picks
diffuser.
up Borger here in round number 5. And what a way to open up the rounds. He consistently does this.
Attackers recovered
With a
the
minute on the
diffuser.
half on the clock, though, Lomo is going to go down. Stays alive for a moment. Sin there to back him up and will take down Jake. And I think he's clear to get this pickup in. He will hit the sound cue. He knows that a push is likely to come in here. He's going to commit to it. Could get dropped. Talon will find his first in the game. Takes down Moon. Oss will pick up Sin on the frag. And 2 versus 4 as EKU look to hold on. Lomo off the res does find one, but leaves Think in a 1 versus 1.
Attackers are activating the bomb.
Position unknown, but they have a good idea. It's known now. He tries to get the C4 out, but Fry will take him down. And EKU, they lose 2 in response to going up 3.
Yeah, in that round it felt like they just had a bit more confidence there from RSU, getting onto their sites, actually picking those gunfights, being able to win, get your trades right off. Just much more solid than they were at the start of the round. Looks like they're kind of getting their groove together a bit more. So EKU really needing to watch out for that. Maybe try to play around it. Looks like they are taking some different operators here, but we'll see.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Round number 6, a big one. You want to close out the half in a good way. You'd love to go up 4-2 here and secure yourself a bit of leeway going into your offensive half.
Deployed. Surface secured.
And pretty much par for the course we've seen so far. Loma, I believe he's played a zombie every round. The Mute's pretty par, so is the Fenrir. The Cade pick, in difference to the Bandit, is interesting to me. Maybe trying to get around the Thatcher
Attackers
grenades
have
that we're
located the bomb.
seeing
10 seconds
from
remaining.
RSU.
Thread mine out.
Most likely, it does feel like
seconds remaining.
so far in the round, especially this wall here by that staircase, they have broken,
Attackers are
they've
heading out
breached
to the bomb.
very quickly into the rounds. They were just having some problems
F not mine out.
playing off of the breach.
Setting charge.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh!
Word.
Setting up a sequential.
I can feel the frustration.
Yeah, I mean, it's palpable.
Get clear.
Standard setup, pretty much the same we've seen thus far from EKU. Lomo doing, a bit of homework, obviously, adjusting to what's been seen so far, and actually putting a little bit more space between himself and the stairs here. The problem is that soft barrier can get broken oh so quickly.
Attackers have dropped the
Drone
bomb.
info
diffuser.
coming out, and now Sen has to escape. He will do so.
Yeah, it seems like even though, as I was saying, it looked like they picked to kind of work around that barrier being broke instantly, we still end up seeing it broke, which might have something to do with just that slight misplace we saw at the beginning, not having an extra one to throw when the first one gets disabled.
Setting breach charge.
Still the good angles across from everyone. A C4 could get thrown here. He's gonna lob it over. Goes off, and I mean, Corb is as one shot can get. Sliver of health on that, putting the health advantage clearly in the way of EKU. Flashbang out, gonna hit our good friend Think in the face. And shots go in. Jake's able to find another first blood on the border.
Magazine.
Yeah, it looks like
Starting shock.
EKU's Kryptonite might be that one player and how quickly they are able to get a pick in on us.
Barrier activated.
Yeah, and Think will unfortunately drop as well. Is not down quite yet.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Another breach coming out here, and we can see RSU are willing and ready to play off of their picks. As they're flooding the site, Talon finds one from across the room. Health advantage does help EKU here a little bit if they can find some. The swing comes through, that's going to be one on the Corb. 2 versus 4 now, 30 seconds on the clock. The pre-fire comes in, Lomo finds the second. Will get quickly dropped, 1 versus 3 now for Sin. Information on him is good. And so RSU do have some leeway to work with here. They'll take a couple swings, but Sin unable to find anyone. The health advantage does help him here. But the problem is this read. He got the read on him, but unfortunately the trade was in.
Yeah, there's not much you can do there in that situation. They had plenty of angles held, know where he is from the scan, but as you said, that read, it's just... guessing he's there is insane. It's not even a guess. I guess they're just smart enough to know exactly where
some
these
level
players
of
will be
info.
holding. But great try there.
Yeah, and as we head into the second half of our map number 1, we watch EKU go up 3 and quickly drop 3 in response. As I think RSU do make the adjustment they needed to right around round number 4. They play a little bit faster. They take a little bit more gunfights. EKU, I'm looking to see some semblance of adaptation here as they head onto the
Bomb
offense.
located by
Absolutely,
attackers.
and especially in that last round, we did see that RSU was fully moved onto that side, taking angles to hold at 40 seconds, which was in the previous rounds before they had even gotten onto the site. They even began entering the site.
10 seconds left.
Loading the magazine. Device activated.
5 seconds left.
Throwing magnet.
Seeing a similar defensive comp
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
from RSU. Meanwhile, a bit of difference, a bit more variety on the offensive end by EKU. We're bringing both Thermite and Ace, looking to get some more hard breach opportunities. Thatcher's coming along, of course, and the Zofia, rather than the Ash.
I do believe Sophia could be a better play here, especially with the 2 hard breach. Having that quick soft breach is fine over the Ash, as well as having a stun.
Yeah, the bandit trick is going to try to come out. It will not be able to do so, so the Ace will pop. And
Stand by to thrown up
we're beginning to see some semblance of pressure from EKU, and they're making quite a bit of progress here. They've got lots of good information. They've gotten great amounts of information now. They know pretty much most of the placements of RSU. Now, how do you capitalize on this information? How do you take these challenges in ways that are productive and clean? Lomo knows how to do it. He's going to take Jake's role. By taking Jake out, he'll find first blood here in round 7.
Feels like a bit of a small victory in itself there.
And Borger going to be able to find one more on the Corb. 5 versus 3 now. A minute and a half on the clock as well. EKU working much faster than we saw RSU do in round number 1. Lomo finds his second. Leading the lobby, by the way, with 11. Os, though, trying to stall. Will drop think. In EKU, there's not really a whole lot of pressure to make plays right now, especially when Lomo and Moon are able to clean it up just like that. And Lomo finds his 12th in the game, and he is really putting on a performance here in map number 1.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like, based on that round alone, a lot of the things we talked about last semester, it felt like our defenses were really, really strong, but we were not able to really adapt on our offense. But that round right there played beautifully on our offense.
Yeah, and it must be said the ping difference is something to account for.
Oh. Yes, absolutely.
Yikes. Talon, buddy, I judged you too harshly.
Yeah,
Defenders, protect your
124 when I
bombs
saw
from
it
being
there,
defused by
Pete.
attackers.
Not fun.
Tough.
I get that, though. I was always a high ping warrior when I played. Living on a farm.
It probably
Attackers have
helped me.
located
That
bombs.
lag comp will do crazy stuff.
Whoa, fortified!
No way we see. Okay, I was about to say, what's the character that has the zip?
Is that Mario?
MR, yeah. I thought we were gonna see it for a second, but I
10 seconds
knew
left.
that
Just a
wasn't.
little, just a little threat of it.
Yeah, just a little tease,
5
some might
seconds to
call it.
go.
Just
Sing the Blackbeard again.
just for scaring us a wee bit.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Okay, so it looks like rather than having a little face shield, you get an everything but a face shield.
As it should be.
Honestly, I do agree with that.
As the Lord intended.
Especially since we've finally seen those long-awaited shield nerfs in general. Because we're seeing already this semester that those Blitz, those Monties are just not as oppressive as they were last time.
RSU going back to second floor. And I think the strategy for EKU is going to be somewhere here. They're going to see if they can bait any sort of adaptation from RSU. And I think Borger might be going for he's going for a little
my.
nade here to push out that member. I believe that's Corb, and he will do so. He will push him out of his spot momentarily, but not fully. And now we are looking, I think that's how they're going to want to push this, and they actually go from bottom, I believe, in order to find Talon there. And they still have Corb they can focus on that shield.
It would appear so. It is interesting seeing this Buck here known for being able to break the floors above the enemies playing in from this bottom floor.
Oh, and that timing is so crazy. Yeah, that's one of those where you're kicking yourself, you know that he's there. And I think the play for EKU is going to be focused down on Corb here. Try and get him off of this, but the C4 from bottom is oh so strong as Jake finds 2 in this round. And the one-man army continues. Pretty much the main way that RSU has been able to hold on to this game is through Jake's sweet arms.
Yeah, I didn't think to check, but maybe we might see Jake having the lowest ping on the team, perhaps.
Swapping mags. Sequential breach activated.
The Lamai is going to suck up the hard breach. So no barricades going down inside sight as of yet. Think looking on the pinch here, trying to find one of these lurkers. Couple of shots going down both ways. Not able to connect.
We still do know that there is the one player just been behind that barrier this whole time.
The problem is you can't really capitalize on it. I thought we were about to get capitalized on as a couple of swings come out here. And this is the part where you just gotta start taking some swings, start taking some gunfights, see if you can just go rogue here. Can you win them? 10 seconds on the clock. Moon's able to win his. Think wins his as well. And 2v1 this turns into.
5 seconds to go.
We gotta get this diffuser down. And unfortunately, we don't have it.
Operators, you are out of time.
Oh, that's just so unfortunate.
Yes, we started absolutely playing out of our minds right at the end there, and it is heartbreaking to see the round go away just because of the lack of the diffuser.
And now, after getting their first defensive win up top, RSU feels comfortable going down to basement. And I'm sure with this roster, we're going to see that triple cap can trap come out, I'm sure.
Locate and defuse bombs.
It wouldn't be a game that me and you were casting without seeing a triple cap.
Mm-hmm.
Evil eye deployed. Wall secured.
Now we're seeing Lomo here, 12 and 5.
My evil eye has your back.
And that is just very impressive. We have Jake on RSU with 10 and 7. So as intimidating as theirs is, Lomo is still just a bit higher.
5 seconds left before insertion.
EDD mounted. Let them come.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Click, 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 click,
Looks like they
click,
enjoy
click.
putting their drones in plants there.
The IQ coming out, new. Likely going to try to detect those cap cams, detect the bandits, and detect these maestro cams for some early destruction.
Deployed.
And as is typical, I feel like EKU really excels in this particular format when they have to attack a basement site. They really enjoy getting up top, clearing everything out first, and then working their way down slowly.
Yeah, they have both the old operator that was good at that and the new operator that is good at that. So they are absolutely
Need to reload.
in their element.
They're just taking their time, making sure that they've cleared out all roamers, and really it's more of just the threat than anything that these roamers can get spotted out oh so fast. And the defenders do get a smidgen of information there off the cam before it is so utterly and completely obliterated. And 5 versus 5, the problem here for EKU is this method does take time, and this often does end up in a time scramble, and you saw it happen in the last round, where the time scramble towards the end is really what got us. Got some info on the Azami there. Jake is going to have to back up. The nade comes through, will destroy the soft barricade, but Oz is there for the kill on Moon. 4 versus 5 now with a minute on the clock. Chows are going to have to get taken. Oz wins his second, and now he can go for a third. Not even a heat check, he finds it. And he turns on Loma? Aw, hell no.
Yeah, going from, as I was saying, the KD brought at the start of this, we are now looking at Oz with 11. Just from this round alone, getting that quad kill is putting a name for himself in this game.
I don't even understand how that happens.
See if we can maybe get a timing here on Talon.
15 seconds left.
Oh no.
Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds left.
Well, no ace at least.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like they heard some sound prompts here from Think and decided to sing in.
Operators, you are out of line.
This is really kind of visual storytelling. Watching them run down the stairs. The moment we hear some sounds from downstairs, having us just sprint into sight.
RSU going to first 4 because they really have no other option. They are in fact forced to go here in their third attempt at a round win.
Defenders
In a
protect your
row, at
bombs
least.
from being defused by attackers.
And EKU, you're looking for some definitive answer. And honestly, some of these round wins going the way of RSU are just by nature of one mistake, two mistakes, or just an absolute masterclass by either Jake or
Bomb
us.
located by attackers.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels as though we're seeing here RSU might be a just great team when it comes to adapting.
Activate
Because
jammer.
we saw
10
EKU
seconds to
grab
go.
those first 3 rounds, and then they did not grab another in defense. And then
5
once it gets to
seconds left
offense,
before
we
insertion.
grabbed our first offense round. And it looks like RSU learned immediately
Attackers
our
are
play
heading out to
style
defuse
and is
bomb.
working to combat that. Which, as you said, last round was kind of a fluke with just a Oz playing out of their minds there.
And so we're off.
Reloading. It'll sting a lot.
Amir Jammer in as well as the Bandits. And Thatcher has been brought along. And notice how RSU is playing very, very top heavy. I think they've recognized that EKU like to play from the top. And they are looking to put up as much of a defensive measure there as they can reliably without dropping lives. The plan is to find one,
Loading
get
your
out,
mag.
find one, get out.
A really big fucking hole coming right up. Here we go. Shields activated.
That's a close challenge, a little bit too close for comfort. Flashbang out, nade follows quickly. No chows are coming through yet. Yellow pings are good as well. And Think's just, doing his little own thing. Now these players are also close, and that's visual storytelling for you. The swing comes in, and Fry's able to find another. Will find the trade on the Oss, though, but not before we go down 3 versus 4. And now, if you're RSU, you really could just back up here. There's not really a lot for you to do. You've already completed your objective in terms of working up top. You can back away now, preserve your lives, and play for the round win on the basement or on the first floor. As EKU, they're still pretty much pot committed here to working up top and trying to see what it can do for them over on the first floor.
And a lot of what we're seeing right now from EKU is just stuff that cannot be helped with timings. And we just saw someone holding an angle the moment they leave, they get shot at from it. Just unfortunate timing right now.
45 seconds on the clock. And border finding that does make it a little bit more of an even contest. And they have some reliable information here on the whereabouts of one of the defenders. I would like to see them act on it for sure together. The shots come through, and oh so weak. Lomo, though, you gotta help him out. Think does indeed. Shoot him in the leg, get those kneecaps out of here. But unfortunately, Lomo gets found in the back. We're running into each other. I love to see that. And with the 10 seconds left,
10 seconds
it
left.
feels like the chaos is gonna get to them again. With 10 seconds, it's oh so
seconds
hard.
left.
These time scrambles, it's near impossible to play. The Fuse are gonna go down from Think. RSU not at a position to chow. They are at the last second, and Jake's gonna be able to take that one down.
As I was saying earlier, it felt like a lot of that was just unfortunate timings.
True.
Like, we saw a player playing off with the sound prompt of a drone and just swinging them with a shotgun. We're seeing a very, very similar defense comp. Pretty standard here from both teams.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But the scary part now is EKU, to even tie up this game, go into OT, is going to have to win 2 rounds to RSU's 1.
New feed active.
And honestly, the big problem here is, as EKU, You run into a couple. The first is, do you have what it takes to win 2 offensive rounds in a row here? And if you do you have the capacity to win 2 of them in overtime? Because
Surface secured.
you're gonna have to at least
Attackers'
win
objective is to
one
locate a bomb and defuse it.
if
Attackers
you
drop the
want to
diffuser.
take it down in
Attackers will
OT.
cover the diffuser.
Yeah.
So, tough road ahead for the players on offense current. Lomo doing such a great job of leading the lobby, but unfortunately has just found himself running up against Oz and Jake. The IQ getting the scanner out, doing their job, thinking to hit this with the Thatcher grenade. The hard breach is sure to come through. No bandit trick, K-trick, any trick of any kind coming in from RSU. They're just content to let EKU get this breach on. Red ping's coming out. 2 minutes on the clock. I've seen this one before.
Yeah, it's pretty standard here.
The Maya's gonna suck a couple of the flashes away, but Lomo did manage to find one onto Fry here early. A better start already, and they do manage to find the player playing the shield, I believe.
I do think so.
Yes, they have, so now they have themselves a bit more room to work with. This is similar to the idea that they had early in their second round. Couldn't quite get the execution to go their way. Now in a 5 versus 3, they have all the lives, they have lots of space, they can work with you.
Reloading! Located a bomb.
C4 must just be right on one of those beams.
There they go.
Located a bomb.
Shots going back and forth. Talon taking a little bit of
Open
damage.
mags.
Will get returned on Nalemo though, and this is a little bit concerning. We've seen EKU do such a great job through this round to take lots of space, get a couple kills, but now as the round has slowed down, we've become a little bit too patient. And the swing comes through from Oz. A great play by him to react to the situation. Lomo's gonna get dropped here. 4 versus 3 now. You want to capitalize on the lives that you have in order to win this round. Unfortunately, Burger's not able to pick up Jake, but Sin will be able to do that. Strike That Moon will be able to do that. Sin picks up the other. And Moon helps clean it up, and they manage to collapse down on it and get those kills, and they win their first offense here in a set where they need to win 2 more.
Yes, it felt like near the end there, once they did learn where everyone was at, they were able to kind of play off of each other much better and work their way to clean up that ending.
And we will see RSU opt to go basement, and Vigil coming out for them as well. They're looking to get a little bit more roam heavy, and I'm interested to see if they maybe try to challenge top 4 a little bit more than they did in their first round playing this specific site.
Reinforce wall!
Looks like once again we do have Oz on that cap, which
I'm reloading!
isn't something we liked to see last time we covered it, at least.
Explosive ordnance out and primed.
That's still just...
You are ready to kill.
I gotta know what that clip looked like from the screen.
Ten seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
EDD
It's like
Attackers
we only
must
have
locate and
one
defuse the
person
bomb.
playing up on that top floor.
Like with the Vigil. If I had to give my best guesstimation. Wouldn't put money on it though. Maybe I should.
Maybe you could have, because your guesstimation was
Well, one of our teammates is about to run into the guesstimation. Lomo catches a nasty surprise early, does manage to go away unscathed, and now he's chasing a ghost. Jake is out of there. Let me tell you, never mind. He's right around the corner. Oz does get dropped here. Good info. Oh, Jake gets the kill there. That's pretty disgusting. Jake finds 2. That's not what you want. However, we did get one off the back of a first blood from Moon, I believe, so nothing too entirely dire. However, you most certainly would like to have at least 4, and Moon's gonna drop Jake's got 3 in the round.
Dropping max!
Seems like once again we're seeing history repeat itself. The one player on RSU is able to just get back to back to back elims on us.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Make it 4.
Now we'll see. For real, fully, does history repeat itself? Or is Jake going to be able to clean up the ace here? And it looks like
I mean, this is for it right
we're
here.
about to see this last fight.
Nice flash. Does manage to flash Jake and not flash Borger. So he'll go away with the ace not yet claimed. But at this point, start looking towards map 2, and you had a close one if you're EKU. It just feels like sometimes you're adapting a little too slow. Jake does get the ace. But to me, it just feels like you're adapting a little too slow and you're playing a little bit too repetitively on some of your defensive setups. If you think about the first 3 rounds, in each of those rounds, EKU cleanly win their defense. They repeat, they do the same strat, they get demolished in the next 3. Maybe looking for some variety in the defense is the way to go. But I mean, even then, 17-8, 13-10 from Jake and Oz respectively. That is a hard battle to finish against those 2.
Yeah. And as you were saying, it felt really just about like adaptability.
Yeah.
RSU was very adaptive. Once they kind of, even though they lost 3 in a row, they proceeded to win almost the rest of them. So maybe in game 2 we might see some more fluidity in the gameplay of EKU.
Yeah, and I think it's all about the adaptation, because when I look at the way some of these gunfights go down, I don't think that there's necessarily this insane skill gap in gunfight skill. Maybe, you know, we can say, you know, they're always winning 2 rounds just by Austin and Jay going crazy like that. But it's also always within the context of the round as a whole. You can never really look at these things in isolation, and so I think that the biggest issue that EKU are running into early season is just the adaptability, man. We've been saying it all season. We said it in the last map a ton. The adaptability is a foremost priority for this team.
Yes, because as much as you can practice your executes, your drills, there is times when it becomes, you need to also be able to, and it's hard to practice, adaptability. That's something that just really kind of works out, and it feels as though we did really good once we learn where they are. It just comes down to, we got a lot of timings on us, and just lack of info, maybe.
All right, so the Blackbeard ban feels a little targeted to me. Maybe some members of RSU not exactly liking that. We will see the Maverick ban once again. And we are on Clubhouse. This is one that you and I know.
Yeah.
This map was actually added to X Defiant, rest in peace, before I stopped playing. Visual will be gone as well. Interesting pick there. It didn't feel like Visual was any sort of impact defender at any given point, but
Well, dare I say, might be targeted again, because that was who aced on them at the end of the round prior.
I suppose, but in theory, Jake does that with any operation.
Well, we'll see here what our comp's gonna look like on Clubhouse.
Now, we will be starting off on the offensive, so a bit of a different vibe, pretty much entirely, as opposed to last map, where you're starting to focus and deal on a little bit more of the difficult maneuvers early
Attackers
on
need
in
to
the
locate
game.
and
These are
defuse
rounds
bombs.
that you're not necessarily always looking to win,
Throwing headshot.
and instead you're just looking to take as many as you can. We will start off on basement. Pretty par for the course. This usually when I played, you know, we would set up in server room first, but basement I think over time has shown to be more defensively viable, especially with the set of operators that we see from RSU. The Cade doing a lot of heavy lifting, and the Smoke and Valk and Fenrir doing their jobs as well.
Attackers must
Sin.
locate and defuse a bomb.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm not sure. There has to be some kind of tactical
Of
advantage.
a reason for this.
But I know back in the heyday, recruits used to be pretty good sometimes. Having a choice of almost any weapons and util in the game.
In EKU, they are going to just go with their old reliable. They're going to work from the top all the way down, and I do like the strat a lot. I do. The problem that you're going to run into, of course, is we always talk about the ever so present time struggle, but Loma picking up Jake as the first blood definitely helps the case a little bit.
Absolutely. Because not only did we see them get a whole lot of kills, they were the ones getting the first ones.
True.
So what we might be seeing all series, honestly, is either Jake is dropping some EKU members instantly, or they're going down. So,
And Lemo, talk about a series he's had thus far. He's done so well. He did so well in the Night Haven. Can he replicate that success here? We are seeing some hard breach begin to go down on these hatches. As EKU have pretty much cleared out the entirety of the top two floors, they can reliably assume that RSU going to be kind of just bunkered down on basement. The problem is, how do you break on in? There's so many strong lines of sight that RSU can hold, and there's only so many ways that EKU can approach. I mean, that's disgusting. Shoulder peek come through, but no one loses their life. Oz does take a little bit of damage, however.
Changing mag!
There we go.
Knock, knock.
And you're always gotta be careful with these floorboards, man. They can do you dirty.
Setting C4.
Oh, just like that. I believe that's the C4, but a good refrag coming out from Noon. As Think doesn't even go all the way down, and talk about lit. I mean, Talon is one shot. Does manage to get Think before he can be revived, but is quickly traded out by Sin. Now 4v2 with 30 seconds on the clock, you really just kind of want to fly and find these trades together if you can, but that smoke denial is oh so strong, pretty much keeps Loma right at bay. Corb, though, getting lit up from the side, will get dropped here. Fenrir trap in, but it's probably all for naught as the bees come through, shots go down, and team kills are in. Hold on.
15 seconds
yeah, I'm not
to go.
quite sure. I completely missed how that one
10
happened.
seconds left.
Diffuser will go down. Austin the 1
Attackers are
versus 2.
activating diffuser.
Ideally, this should be a win every time for EKU. But Austin's been a tricky little dude. Could he pull something off here? Gunfire going off. Border will take it down.
Looks like we're seeing a pretty similar comp. I swear, I feel like I just am terrified to see this guy play Capcan. Like,
Bro's got PTSD.
the second time didn't even do much, but that round
Attackers need to
itself
locate and defuse
was
bombs.
just intimidating.
Yeah, they're gonna try basement again, and I don't imagine that we see as strong of a lurk from RSU. I think that's probably the easiest way for them to adapt, as they have all night long. And so the easiest way is just try to get that first blood up and just try to stay on site. However, You really do hate to give a ton of kitchen control away, as I mean those lines of sight can be very strong onto B. Especially thinking about post-play scenarios, it really does control the pace of the game there.
Stay clear.
5
Yes.
seconds remaining.
Go, is a go!
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
And so we're off, as the drone flicking is a custom. And actually, a couple of deep lurks, and there it is.
Yeah, it looked like at the start of that round, I don't even know how, but Sin is already missing health, and then we lost Lomo instantly.
Yeah, I think that's all due to this guy Jake, man. I swear this guy does not miss when it comes down to it.
And if this guy was terrifying alone already with those intense, quick gameplay, having him on dock, taking that fight with Lomo, and then just being able to press a button and be back to full health is even more scary. Just a threatening presence to go against.
Yellow ping comes through.
We do know where he's at, and if we can work together here and flush him out.
Looks to be the goal, and they will do just that. Sin's gonna be able to take down that kill, a minute and a half. And they have equalized here, so not the worst case scenario by any means. At this point, they're just gonna continue to clear out this top four, make sure that no one else was trying to play with Jake. Once they do that, they'll begin to work their way down.
Yeah. It's still, as you said, it's a great strategy. It usually works for us. However, we are still on the top floor with 1:10 left in the round.
Tango located. First floor.
Red ping coming out. And this is why EKU are so good at this push, is they know exactly how they want to work this roam clear. However, 45 seconds does not necessarily give you the amount of time that you want to be able to set up a site execute from this floor. Even in a 4v3 as a nice kill goes to Sin. Now you're going to be starting to get trapped for sign. They're going to... I'm sorry?
What?
What?
And I mean, just like that, EKU's plan
It's stalled. It's literally negligible now. At this point, you should just head back site.
15 seconds remaining.
Borger, he managed to find one for you. Take your swings, 10 seconds. Go crazy. Talon's able to find one on the moon. Sid is there for the trade. He finds 3 in the round. You gotta get this diffuser down. Thank God, Borger comes in from the other side, and through the Fenrir smoke is able to pick up this clean kill. I mean, wow.
EKU does everything right there except just something happens. I think both of us, as well as I believe it was Sin, we're all in shock as to how 2
That's just
EMP
insane.
grenades
That's
just
just
don't clear that.
insane, man. Insane.
First
team.
out, and hey, give credit where credit's due. The adaptability there from EKU was
Protect your bombs from being
false.
defused by attackers.
They went from our beautiful plan working perfectly. We're gonna clear from the top down to my nades didn't work. Let's run it.
Hammer shot running.
Reload!
And unsurprisingly, we are seeing a switch to Thatcher here.
Wall secured.
We've learned maybe we can't quite count
Rely
on
on
those nades.
We do see the switch to
seconds
CCTV
remaining.
and cache.
Swapping mag!
5
Easiest
seconds left before
piece of
insertion.
adaptability is to just when all things are going wrong, switch sites and
Attackers'
try what you
objective is
can.
to locate a bomb
And
defuse it.
so RSU looking to defend up top. And EKU, something that you notice a lot is that it is much harder to clear from the bottom up than it is to go from the top up.
Yes.
Or top down, rather. And so EKU going to have to figure out how they want to approach this. Do they want to bash this out? Do they want to work from first floor? Because the problem is the stairwells are
Bomb
so
located by
congested. And normally you would see the Maverick trick, where they go around the edges and you hold this nasty little angle from the side. Nice stun from the Zofia. Does not quite get the beta trick away, but the Thatcher will do it. And so opens up, but unfortunately Jake, I mean, this guy is everywhere, man. He's found a first blood in like 17 of the 16 rounds we've played.
Yeah, either is or found it.
So EKU will have to work their way into CC, down a man.
I think it's a bit of a song break, it sounds like.
Minute and a half. And I think that Think wants to do some sort of repel trick here, but we'll decide against it. As now EKU, they've kind of had to abandon the CC push full front, and they decide to go towards this backside push. Working out for them so far as they are uncontested, but that's mostly because RSU have taken space in other places on the map.
Yeah. But at least so far, except I believe our Zofia, we have boots on ground in the floor we want to be on with 57 seconds left. So what we may see is maybe just trying to get one pick in and then
There it is.
exploding onto site.
They do find the first pick. Wide gunfight swing comes out. About to take a second one, and he nails Talon in the head. Good shot out of Lomo. Another swing coming in, and EKU, they can afford to just take some of these gunfights now. A good smoke, and Lomo finds Os. 4 versus 2 now. Moon's gonna go in and try to begin planting. Lomo will get dropped off the back of Fry. Moon gets hit by the C4. Think, though, is there for the quick refrag, and Jake, I mean, he is in a position to make something absolutely crazy happen, but the problem is, will he be able to do so? If there's a camera in here, he certainly can. But on top of the table, Sin is.
5 seconds left.
So
Jake, shooting from bottom, is not able to break through the table.
I didn't even know you could plant on the table there, but that is just a brilliant realization that the person's below you, so plant on the thing they can't shoot you through.
True enough. And Jake is saving his shotgun. Never mind. Swings thing gets taken down. 3 in a row for EKU, man. We've seen this before, though.
Yeah.
Do RSU adapt like they have before, or do EKU continue to adjust, continue to fine-tune, and become a well-oiled machine here in first half?
Yeah, I mean, just subtle changes between each team is all it takes to win games, really.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Camera feed up and running.
Seeing quite a few switches here from EKU.
Getting the buck out. Sophia's gonna stick around. Transition to the Ace is interesting. Or not the Ace, but the Habana. And Ace as well. Both. Looking to probably just get more pressure on the hard barricades than anything.
10 seconds remaining.
But maybe not.
Yeah, switching to the Grim, looking for information. I just
5
feel like
seconds to
EKU
go.
does so much better once they just collapse after finding the pick, finding some information. When they just begin to just kind of collapse and bully out, they're doing so well. When they are a little too worried, it's almost like a paralysis by analysis. You're thinking too much about what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
instead of what you need to do.
Sometimes the best strategies is
Turn brain off, go kill.
yeah, just once someone gets a kill, explode off that contact. Have everybody kind of focus in on just holding W towards the side.
Device
Bearing
activated.
concussion.
Trying back.
So true. Yeah, we're setting up our little stun Thatcher on the bandit thermite trick. The Thatcher grenades go out, and they might honestly be too soon. We might see the bandit trick come in. No, it does not. The thermite goes off just in time.
Felt like quite perfect timing, even.
And so one hard breach is completed. Lomo is still able to get into the bottom here. It is being blocked off by a castle, so instead of worrying about lurking, they're kind of just adding an extension to the site in both directions. We're seeing Corb play out towards the other side patio, and we're seeing Os play downstairs. Drones continuing to go through. Can we spot Os in bathroom? I don't think he saw him. And Corb will take that kill on Lomo, and that is literally the matter of you are just that much going through the motions that you don't see that and it causes an issue for you. And with a minute on the clock here, I mean, if Corb finds one, that's good, but if he gets away with his life, it's even better. Unfortunately, does not find it, so they are able to get the trade, a negligible, consequence, all things considered. And this is shaping up to be very similar to last round.
And as you were saying, with just that, like you said, going through the motions just a bit, that is something I deal with on my own team all the time, of just, I will call it performative corner clearing.
Yeah.
Where you move your camera like you're looking there, don't actually end up doing it. So little mistakes like that, even happening in this high of elo, is just unfortunate.
27 seconds, time for the execute. Unfortunately, the stall is beginning to come in, as I feel like a couple of fire arrows don't exactly go where Sin wants them to. And a nice shot onto Jake there, beautiful. Smoke arrows coming out. Thank's gonna be able to take down Fry. See you later on the smoke. Problem is, easily killable from Os if he can find the right angle. And he cannot, and will get dropped. And EKU, they win 4 straight.
Yes. Borger once again finding that final kill. Seems as though this round, however, we have seen EKU break the curse from last round. They did win their 3, and they were able to find a 4th. So, fingers crossed, this kind of shows into how the rest of this game could go.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And RSU, I mean, they're just unable to find an answer. They're going to try to go back to basement to see if they can change something up and maybe make something happen. Yeah. We're seeing Os back on the cap can. We're just going to see Jake pull out the smoke. Just trying everything that they can in their little book of tricks to hopefully withstand a full offensive effort here. But the biggest thing for me, man, is the kill column is very bare. I mean, Os and Corb, they got 1. Fry has 0. Talon's got 2, and Jake's leading the team with 3. So, really, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta find more kills. Now, obviously, that's always easier said than done if your positioning is not good, but I feel like they're not making that many positional errors. It's just these tiny mistakes they do. They overwork, they hold on certain things. And you can see them, they're actually playing a bit more lurk heavy here as they are competing for this top, even though that their site is completely in basement. And this could couch off Moon here. This swing comes through, and I mean, he is lit all the way up.
Yeah, being able to escape there even with that much health is Lucky. And that might come down to, as you were saying, just those little mistakes, because Oz fully had the timing on Moon there. Maybe not being able to clear it out could make the difference of one of your teammates or not.
Yeah, EKU looking to fully clear third floor now. Shouldn't take them very long to do so, as they're going to go ahead and begin working on the second floor as well. Lomo is going to get dropped from Oz though. And now, wow, that's a nasty little angle. Yeah, and Sin quickly realizes, oh, can't go that way.
Almost got a bit too brave there, too.
Yeah. Moon does find his previous aggressor, takes down Oz.
And that's, I mean, self-fulfilling prophecy there of leaving him just that much HP coming back to haunt you.
Bomb located
Yeah,
by
problem
attackers.
is even still the HP advantage for RSU, especially as defenders, is so strong here. EKU are going to have to do something crazy to open this back up.
Yes. Enough of a health advantage that upon a glance, I thought it was a 3v4 until I saw Moon still had that sliver of health.
Yeah, the problem is you can't really break this hatch open without the Thatcher grenade, so Sin ought to not die here. And he will be able to throw the Thatcher on it. Unfortunately, though, also lit up to near zero. And EKU, with 40 seconds, it's hard to win gunfights. It's hard to bully people out when you're on your 1 HP.
Yeah, which we do still have Borger on that full HP, and Moon finds another with their sliver of health. I was gonna say, Borger has so far been a force to be reckoned with this game.
22 seconds. A 4v3, but honestly a virtual 2v2. Or 2v3 rather, as both Sin and Moon are going to get dropped. Not quite finished yet, but essentially the case. The drop down comes on in, the finger trap begins going, the diffuser's getting planted, Borger's going to get dropped, and a 1 versus 3 will not be able to be completed, and finally RSU get themselves on the board.
Now looking into this last round before the switch, you really gotta figure out just how we're gonna be able to grab that one extra round to put ourselves in much better of a situation on the half than not. Because 4 and 2's not bad, but 5 and 1 is really ideal.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Last round here in the half, and RSU is going to maneuver themselves on over to CCTV. And they had their share of struggles here, as they did with Basement, but maybe making their slight tweaks, maybe pulling out the Legion is what they needed. However, I'm not sure if I like EKU switch to the Montaigne when there's a Legion
10
on
seconds
the
to
other
go.
team.
Very true.
Reloading!
5 seconds to go.
Just me personally.
Barrier activated.
Attackers are moving out to
Which the
locate a bomb and
mindset from
defuse it.
Sin here could be,
Reloading. Cover me.
we just want to do whatever we can to get this last little
Building the turret! Defense is online!
point in the half.
Stay behind me.
Mindset.
Barrier.
Let's have a good look.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Breach!
EMP grenade.
Charge
And
deployed.
EKU are actually looking to take garage control here, as opposed to the way that they've kind of taken bedroom and plat in previous rounds. Still looking to do a bit of roam clearing towards the bottom, but overall putting a lot more pressure in a lot different places than we've seen previously. A little bit of adapting coming out here for EKU.
This is exactly what we were wanting to see. Because this is an instance of adapting when what you did first worked. But knowing that, hey, they might expect what we did the first time for us to do it again.
And they've actually found themselves like a pretty decently clear site. I think they can execute onto this. I think they're thinking the same thing. It feels a little too good to be true.
Yeah.
Especially as the Lamai is preventing a bit, but they will be able to get the Montaigne bursted on in there.
Looks like Fry might be the only one holding an angle, from what I can tell, that would prevent them from taking B site.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they've done, and Thing's going to be able to eliminate that. This is a beautiful execution, and they're going to be able to get this diffuser on.
Stay close to me!
And with the Montaigne up, I mean, again, walking camera, I mean, he can just sit in his doorway all day long. Couple of knives go out, but doesn't really matter much. He tries to take space, wins an insane gunfight on Borger, but Lomo picked up one. They know where the last two are, and this is going to most certainly be a round win. I mean, even with this 20 seconds, this is nigh impossible because literally all Moon and Think have to do is just wait for Sin to die first.
Yeah. I mean, as we said at the start there, even though the Legion into a Monty into a Legion, I should say, is not ideal. Once you got sight, a Monty's just
so strong.
Almost a free win.
Yeah. Beautifully played by EKU, just wonderfully played. The knowledge that and understanding that, wait, they're actually not on site right now. We could take this, and using it and executing it, it's a completely different mindset than what we've seen from EKU, especially like on Nighthaven. So they're gonna be up 5-1 here, and they can close this one out in the next two.
I mean, even as sometimes terrifying as a realization it can be that, hey,
Well done.
sight seems clear. Just knowing that,
Yeah,
I mean, it is clear.
I almost at this Ela, it's like when you're playing chess and you're playing against someone really good, and you're like, they really just make a mistake that bad? Like, surely not. And you really have to double, triple check to make sure, no, this is actually just a
They
blunder.
really did just put their queen for me a free pawn to take it.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what we see RSU do there. Kind of a pretty crazy blunder considering the things that we've seen them do in this series so far, just giving up sight like that.
Which honestly, maybe benefit of doubt, they might have given it up prior to knowing they had a Monty. Because maybe without a Monty there, it's much harder to hold, especially with how aggressively they retook that site.
But they didn't have anyone underneath, though. That's the only way I could think of, but that doesn't matter regardless of Montaigne or not. He was playing. They gave up the full side for him to plant on the garage side of the server. I don't know. It just seems like a questionable play, nevertheless. But EKU, they're looking to not make questionable plays here in round number 7, as they want to close this one out with 2 swift ones on defense.
Yeah, I mean, in the player's shoes here, you just want to be over with this one as quick as you can, get to that map 3, and then have your decider.
Yeah, and Lomo's going to do just that as he takes down Corb.
Wall fortifications upgraded.
As we lay in wait. And I mean, once you get the first blood, if you're a defender, you don't have to do anything. And you can just wait and wait and wait and force. And literally all they're doing is, can we force the defenders to make a mistake? And honestly, the K trick might work. Unfortunately, it's just a hair too late. But Loma has already found 2 in the round. And with a minute on the clock, RSU is kind of forced with their backs up against the wall to make something crazy happen.
Ooh, we might just see a crazy angle here. Ooh!
Moon does take down 1.
It was perfectly timed, too, that I thought our crazy little angle worked out.
The Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
I think you didn't quite hear that.
And so that honestly just presents more problems because I'm sure they don't want to lose it in like this absurd spot. But the problem is you could run into a situation where we did last game. You managed to get a couple crazy kills and all of a sudden you're chalked because you don't have the diffuser.
Yeah.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
They got it back.
There we go.
23 seconds though, man, it's just not possible. I mean, Borg is going to be able to take down Fry. Oz is just a dead man walking. I mean, this round was over when Lomo got 2.
Seconds left.
And they'll send it into map point 6-1.
I mean, just another great round. Just every right choice made, it felt like.
Beautiful executions, truly.
I feel like they dropped that diffuser just to give us something to talk about as EKU is holding.
True. Map point here for EKU to tie this thing up 1-1. And you would love to see that. A way to rebound from game number 1. Can they do it?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Barrier activated.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
I think we can stop worrying about grenades now.
Thank you, Jaeger.
Well done.
And EKU are actually opting not to go for CCTV and cache here, but rather bedroom and gym. So I would imagine that they're going to still play pretty heavily over towards CCTV. Maybe not, you know, as fully committed as if the site were over there. But just looking to deny that space, I'm interested to see how RSU are going to attack this.
Deployed. Circuit secured. Ready for company.
Camera.
Window is barricaded.
Interesting.
I mean, what we are seeing here that's interesting is we're seeing a point that RSU just did not play the entire time, and this was EKU's first choice.
Second.
Yes.
And they are still wary of their pushes, and they're actually going to give up gym pretty much for free. There really is no need to play inside of it, so a good read out of EKU, great ideas there, and Lomo continuing to do great things, and hitting great shots, getting great first bloods. I feel like he's got, I feel like all 8 of his kills were the first kill in the round. I know that's not true, but that's what it feels like. And he instantly puts, is he about, oh my god.
Beautiful.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Send them down, brother. And Jake, I mean, it says watching underneath of his name right now. That's exactly what he's doing. He's watching that kill cam back. He's like, how the absolute hell? He finds 3. I mean, this guy's unstoppable. Masterclass series out of Lomo so far. Even though they lost map number 1, I mean, this is a masterclass out of Lomo. He finds 4.
2 games in a row, we may see an ace to end up the game, because right here is what we're seeing Sin saying, hey, I think they're over here. Come
Yeah,
on.
I think Lomo is trying to search for this ace here. I think they're trying to get it.
knows it too, but give us a little show here.
And Lomo will ace it off to end map number 2. What a masterclass out of him.
Just
Beautifully played.
just saying, hey, we can do it too.
Beautifully played. Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing, I mean, we could look at the stats for a sec, but just everyone on RSU dominated across the way. 4-7-4-8, 4-8-2-7, and EKU pretty consistent across the board. Obviously, we obviously have Lomo helping lead that way as well. We're gonna go to a super brief pause. Before we jump into map number 3, figure out what we're doing. So don't go anywhere. The series is tied all the way up 1-1. Welcome back, everybody, to EKU Esports. If you're just now joining us, the series is tied up 1-1 with EKU and RSU trading blows. And map number 1, it was a close affair where RSU did some really strong adjustments and they were able to take it in a 7-5 fashion. But game number 2 was anything but. EKU put the absolute spanking on RSU 7-1. Just an absolute masterclass, especially at Alomo, who I think probably has somewhere close to a 2 KD throughout the series thus far. And so we head to Chalet. And these operator bans feel personal from both teams.
Absolutely. And as we were saying, with the adaptability, I think that has become the phrase of this series. We saw game 1 just EKU winning 3 and then not winning again until their first round on attack, and then winning it immediately, and then they got adapted. But then we see game 2 here come in, and EKU just changing it up for the better. Even when they had already won with the strategy, they pick a different one the next time, and we're just gonna have to see which side gets that coin of saying, hey, we're more adaptable this time.
EKU will start on the defensive, and they are actually gonna go first floor here first, which is interesting. We usually see basement. We usually see, top floor. We're going first floor.
I will watch over us.
And so I'm very interested to see how EKU is gonna set this up, how they're gonna play this, and the offensive strategy that RSU is gonna bring to the table.
Ready for company.
See Frost coming in now, which is interesting to see.
You can stop
Keep it
worrying
more
about
with
your
that,
names.
slow them
10
down,
seconds
make
to
them
insertion.
think before they go into any rooms and stuff.
5 seconds remaining.
We do see the Mira come into play. Very
Yeah.
rare do we actually get to see
Moving to
Miras,
defuse a bomb.
because usually
Banned.
instantly banned.
Banned.
But that is one of those characters that is just so good. When they're not banned, we're probably going to see Mira played by both sides. Yeah.
Drone ready.
And Sin is actually gonna set up here in basement for a moment, and is gonna play these stairs. Likely gonna try to get some sort of pinch going, but instead we'll just walk on up, and he's gonna try to take a challenge here early.
Reload!
Now, one thing we don't really want to see is when we are playing in such an off angle there, that jackal from Jake. But looks like we got some damage in on him.
Yeah, so far so good. A minute gone here on the clock. As EKU, it's time to figure out their next course of action, which is probably going to be wait.
Ready to go.
RSU still looking for an avenue to pursue.
Loading new magazine.
Haven't quite made a decision yet.
RCE going out.
Explosive will take out the shield for our good friend Moon. With a minute and a half, it looks like RSU has determined their route, but do they know the exact strategy? Do they know the information that they need to have? Looks like they're going to be up top, and Jake is going to find first blood here in number 3. I swear this guy does it every single time.
Every.
Lomo gets caught out. Is going to go for the reach out. Unfortunately, just narrowly misses the head of Jake.
Flash out.
Now 3 versus 5 EKU, they need to withstand. But unfortunately, it seems like the Jenga tower is coming to collapse on them too quickly. Oss is able to find one. Sin manages to pick up Talon, and he backs off. This could be doable.
What an angle.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Yep, gorgeous.
Look at the handle of the Mira.
Aircraft in position.
This is honestly not the most unwinnable situation I've ever seen. Now it is,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Barring some just absolutely colossal breakdown from RSU, we will see them get round number 1 here in Chile.
I got some
15 seconds to go.
Oh!
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, nice try. Nice try.
I mean, finding that one pick in that fight is still just impressive.
Yeah, just put the pressure to Chow immediately. Maybe if he waits a second, and then, you know, I don't know. It's such an impossible situation. But
Yeah.
RSU, they will take it, and we will see EKU. They're gonna go down to basement. Probably should have been done first round, but I don't mind trying something sneaky off rip. And this one's your gimme. This one is the one where you're like, alright, it's time to win this one.
Yes. Which I honestly could have been EKU's plan there. Get the harder one out of the way, and maybe
Attackers need
work
to
into
locate and
the
defuse bombs.
more gimme rounds after.
Explosive ordnance is ready. Deploying explosive ordnance. Worker is ready. Use it if you have to.
Reloading!
Finish
You know,
securing.
seeing it looks like a gridlock
10
switch to
seconds
gridlock.
remaining.
I love that.
5 seconds to go.
Keeping us on our toes.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Wall secure!
Attackers drop
Ooh,
the diffuser.
quick find from Lomo there.
Yeah, what a gorgeous kill.
Bomb located by attackers.
Seems like Lomo did not want Jake to get the first kill every round.
I mean, what is this? I mean, that's just insanity.
Ready to breach.
Tuberel gonna do a good job of stalling. I mean, this is absurd. I mean, what am I playing? If I load up on the siege and I jump through that window and I die to a guy 3 stories above me, like, I'm gonna lose full. This is insane. Imagine Fry peeks this window right now. What am I looking at?
Yeah, we
Attackers
were
have recovered
stunned by
their
that for that one window, and then he just decides, hey, look, there's 2 actually.
Sin is out here teaching.
Just before he left, he had to say, hey guys, make sure you know that there's one right here too.
Minute and a half, 5v4. Yeah, and there's really no reason to do anything too aggro here for EKU. RSU's got all the pressure on them. They have to find something to make work here, and I think the plan is going to be cellar. They don't really want to hit garage door.
Serious drywall work coming up.
Yeah, and the plan is, in fact, going to be cellar. And that's a nice long angle that someone's got deep in the other side right there. Yeah, that could get dangerous if someone peeks out for a little too long. Yeah, and Edge Border's not even close to hitting that, but Talon will get dropped here by Lomo. He finds 2 in the round. And Sin has stayed up here. He's able to get a spot out on the last remaining player. Get some relay, some good information with 40 seconds. This is very difficult for RSU to pull out. Sin will get dropped by Os. Evens the odds just a smidge. But the problem we're going to run into is this time pressure once more. There he goes. 15 seconds on the clock. Chalk that one
15
up.
seconds left.
It's going to be 1-1 as we head into round number 3.
Oh,
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
never mind. Never mind.
Attackers have dropped the
Oz
bomb
just
diffuser.
finds a triple kill, and
seconds to
Borger is left in the 1v1. He just needs to lay down. Oh!
I think Border's spotty sense just went off.
I mean, that's absolutely insane that he shoots right over him. Wow. Thankfully, though,
Yeah.
Porter manages to stay alive and is able to take that one down. So I don't absolutely and totally jinx the entire team. And
Looks like once again we're seeing Sentry from Sin. So he definitely knows something we don't about these starter characters. For those of you who may not know why we're so confused that this is the character that's picked, is it used to be Recruit, but now when you get the game, you get 2 characters for free that don't have any special kit or anything like that to them. They're just your starter characters. And we have seen Sin play that character twice now. So there must be some kind of advantage there that we're unsure of.
And EKU's doing the old setup up top for this site, which is pretty standard for kitchen dining. I feel like this map's been around so long that there's just really just a set way that you play all these sites. It's just like you really don't need to get too fancy with it. What works works.
It's just
Oh, and Jake's already down.
oh,
How'd that happen? I don't. Did we spawn peek or something? I don't.
must have.
Bro slipped and fell.
Honestly, I'd be lying if I said that didn't happen to me in this game a couple times.
Well, he's back up, so I don't think. I'm not entirely convinced it was a spawn peek.
Tracksting is deployed.
Now we're just waiting as the time is ticking away to find our first bit of contact here. Or apparently second bit of contact here.
Any contact.
Still a mystery as to what happened to Jake's health there.
Any contact.
And sure enough, as I'm saying it, it sounds like all the sounds are happening at once.
Yep, the shots continue to push forward.
Blocking their sight.
Is the word.
Loading new mag.
Oz has 6 for 1 round 1, by the way. Sin's gonna be able to take down Talon as the push begins to mount. This is as far in as the push that we've seen before a kill goes down. And it's mainly just because EKU are playing so heavily off site. RSU, they try to take space, but unfortunately they just fall into the jaws of EKU from top and bottom. Corb's gonna drop now, 5 versus 2.
Attackers dropped the
See you later, Fry. And Oz is left in a 1v5.
Now, if anyone can do it,
He ain't doing it, bruh.
they are 6-0 currently.
He's not doing it. If he does this, I'll do something crazy on stream.
Okay.
I don't know what yet. You better say something fast.
Shave your head.
I'll shave my head on stream if he gets these next 4 kills.
Alright.
Swear on my life. And wins the round. To clarify.
Of course. There we go.
Thank God. You're welcome. For the
Thank you
sound
for the
effects.
impersonation there.
You're welcome for the sound effects.
For anyone who somehow didn't hear it, you got him covered.
Yeah, true. I did.
I was gonna say his headphones fell off, but that would have only worked for me and you.
The Frost is the Frost skin is Master Chief from Halo. I don't. What is that supposed to be?
You know, I don't know, because I know it's not, because I think Sledge does have a Master Chief from Halo skin in this
Defend and
game.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So I don't
We're
know.
going back to pool and living room on the first floor, and EKU did lose on this site last time around.
Now you see me?
And I
Now you
For some reason, I don't know why they don't like to go upstairs. I think maybe the rappel headies are too strong. They don't like giving the offensive team that sort of manpower. So nevertheless, we will see it at the first floor, even though all 5 players are currently playing on the top floor. I guess just because this side of the top floor is easier to defend. I don't know. Would have to have someone explain it to us.
Maybe, and we also do see the Ram, so maybe it's less of the top floor is easier to defend. It could be more of the if we lose the top floor, we lose the round kind of thing.
Loading new magazine.
Drone activated.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Honestly, at this point, I might as well just take my headphones off.
Yeah, you might as well.
Effects. It was spot on.
Oh, swung in. Down goes the camera.
No, here, try your impression of the camera going down. So
Aircraft deployed.
good enough.
You're welcome.
Changing mags.
Yeah, and we've already seen RSU. They're not interested in taking any sort of space on the bottom floors. They've pretty much already taken space into bedroom. And I think we're gonna see like a similar Jaws type of play style here from EKU. They're gonna play up top. They've got a couple players bottom, and they're just waiting, basically playing to entangle RSU when they finally. Oh my God! Down goes Corb. See you later. Borger's gonna be able to pick up the second. I mean, where was this EKU in map number 1, man? Think about where we could be. I could be at home in my Pampers right now eating canes if they had slammed like this map 1. Shield's gonna go down by way of Talon.
Sending out RCE.
5 versus 3 with a minute on the clock. Red pings in. And Sin is just more than content to stay on these stairs. He is able to go below and shoot up onto site when they inevitably have to go for the diffuser. Shots go back and forth. Lemo's able to back up. Smoke grenades are in. Could be a bit of an advantage for RSU if they take advantage.
But I mean, we're just still seeing Lomo in this one door. He's just not had to move. No one's pressured him out of it.
That's crazy that RSU used 2 smokes for no pressure. Oh, bye.
Tripped and fell a little bit. Gotta make your way back up.
Talon will take down Moon. And now the problem is, can you actively get Border out of this? And they do manage to do so. They even it up 3v3, but not before Lomo can find 1. Make it 2 on the round for him, but now the problem is you have to rush onto the site. Diffuser goes down, Sin runs away. Oz is left at another 1BX. And with 3 seconds left on the clock, he literally cannot win this one. And EKU take that one as well.
Run out of time.
Yeah, I will say that first shot with the shotgun missing there did give me a mini heart attack. Might have taken a couple years off my lifespan, but
Not a couple.
we got the we got it. What's this, a 3-1 in this half so far? I mean, just getting 2 more would be. It's very similar to last round. Looks like, I mean, EKU's going pretty consistent here. We've got 5 and 3 from Lomo, 4 and 2 from Sin. They look down here, we've got Austin 8 and 1 still from RSU, which is just insane. It's really showing so far this game. We have just had 1 Titan we have to overcome from RSU, whereas EKU has been a lot more consistent and equal across the board.
Deploying explosive ordnance.
Now, while we wait for this round to start, I'll just give a little funny personal anecdote about one of the players here. We had to go through a training for our campus rec employees, and we had to find a quote-unquote high-five buddy during that training. And that was none other than Borger there, was my high-five buddy during this training.
5 seconds left.
So,
Wonderful.
I got to root for my buddy there.
Attackers have objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
And the spawn peaks are coming in. Sen.
Maybe that is what happened.
Maybe that is.
To Jake at the end there.
Oh, see ya, Corb.
A bomb has been located.
Typing needle.
That's gotta be so frustrating to play against, dude.
Yeah. Oh. Changed his mind a little bit.
I changed my mind too. I would do that. Fun fact, none of these players have ever beaten me in a game of Rainbow Six Siege.
You know what? Me too. Maybe we'll have to test that one today.
No.
Just us two.
No. Thermite on the garage door.
Setting up a sequential
Opens up a little bit.
I mean, just
This
this
is gonna be insanity.
tiniest little.
I was about to rage, actually. Oh. Did he get it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Thermite gonna bust on into line. Never mind, no he's not. He said, nah, I might.
set.
And EKU, when they get this round, like, when they get the life advantage, man, they're doing such a great job of playing disciplined and just forcing RSU to take themselves into these uncomfortable situations. The wine door will finally be opened. But, I mean, look at how clean this crossfire is, man. You literally, like, if you think you only dies the way you're looking.
Yeah.
He's gonna take the chow. I mean, that's risky, but he wins it, so. Oz quick on the refrag. We'll take down Lomo. He finds two. Make it Sen.
As I was saying, this is just the Titan you have to deal with to be able to win the rounds here.
Yeah, and now EKU is kind of an interesting spot where they lose the health advantage, and now Think is gonna drop.
Attackers drop the
Oh,
diffuser.
and a great trade. Moon finds the kill, but unfortunately not gonna be ready for Jake as a 1v1.
Attackers recover
Borger
the diffuser.
versus Jake.
Stay calm, you'll be fine.
And an essential 1v1. Oh, but he lets the pickup come through. Jake finds the third, and now he has the help. And the swings come through, and they manage to find the kills. And it's just, that's such a tough situation to be in, man, when you're so far isolated.
Yeah. I mean, once they got that pickup, it's just so exponentially harder for you to win that round. We're seeing once again the sentry pick from Sin here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Loading mag.
Enjoy the view.
Reloading.
You think we see another dirty spawn peek here?
I mean, it can't work 3 times,
I doubt we see it.
10
so
seconds
they're
left.
gonna try it again. Of course.
We're not.
I'm reloading.
5 seconds left.
No.
Attackers
Actually,
are heading
Loma
out
might be
to
about to
defuse
hit
the
one
bomb.
double.
Shield deployed.
Okay, we got a shield on a piano.
That's what they were made for.
Yeah. It did fit perfectly on there.
I'm reloading.
I get so worried when we're past the prep phase and people start shooting that they're gonna shoot their teammates. Lomo did go for a little run out there and did get instantly lit up, so he is not able to collect anything.
Breaching charges up.
Seems like we might just be seeing a pretty fast push here from RSU, maybe a small bit of adaptation. Oz has 11 kills and they have 2 round wins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just frankly ridiculous.
That's what I was concerned about. That's why I said if anyone can do it, it's Oz.
The
They
attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
8-0 and they still already lost a round somehow. I don't know how that happened. I think it might have been when Border's spider senses went off, maybe.
Jake did open us up on the round, but quickly Corb gets dropped. And Moon wins a clean one onto Fry. A minute 45. And our last round before the half switch.
No, I will say, so far this game, it feels like though Moon only has those 4 kills, they have been very important ones. Good, because I'm just noticing every time I've noticed Moon in the kill feed, it's been a great time to have a drop in the kill feed.
Gunfights go back and forth, 30 seconds on the clock. And EKU have, I mean, that's a dirty little crossfire they got going on right there. They can literally see each other from across the building. And RSU, I mean, they've gotten the control of the top, but EKU have pretty much nullified the effect by controlling everything on the ground floor. This is going to be a gunfight. You don't need to necessarily take that, and Oz is able to pick that one up on the Moon. Probably better just back away from that gunfight as a whole, if possible. And now it looks like they picked the site, and Jake manages to read it perfectly. 15 seconds now. Wait. Oh, he doesn't know the second one's there. That is a hard read. And so the half is split through 3.
Now, I mean, in a defensive game like this, we're just gonna have to see if EKU can manage to. Sorry, I got a bit distracted with that sludge skin there. Can manage to lock it in here on this second half and just clean up the rest of those rounds.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Nice little rhythm going there.
Jack home.
Changing mags!
And we
Attackers have
will
located a
see
bomb.
RSU go basement first and foremost. And I mean, this is actually just insane. Oz is single-handedly keeping them in this game.
Yeah.
Just think, dude, it was almost 2-4 for EKU
10 seconds to insertion.
if Borger doesn't just lay down prone.
Secured!
Yeah.
5 seconds to insertion.
Man, the margin of error for these two teams is so
Attackers
small.
are heading out to defuse a bomb.
EKU on the offense. Let's see what they can do. Hard breach in spades. See what I did there? And so they will likely work this garage side, and then we'll potentially see them maneuver over towards cellar as well. Think, realizing that he has no hard breach with him, is like, okay, well, let me just rotate around the entire map real quick. And he does have to be careful of the window peaks.
Yeah, especially once your team sets the precedent of getting those spawn peaks.
Sin will take down Jake, a beautiful gunfight win that is.
Yeah. Once again, following through the trend of Jake being either the first kill or getting the first kill.
And Loma wants to go ahead and open up this door, but a great bit of discipline to wait because Sin wants to get around. And honestly, I kind of agree. I don't, if you break that open, you're only really giving them another line of sight. So wait until you're absolutely ready to do so, and they decide that time is now. And Sin swings and he's able to take down the second. They got a read onto the warden, Os. And you want to treat this guy with the most diligent of care, as he could easily turn around and find two. Oh my god.
Oh, no way.
I think it's to the wall. Yeah, it is to the wall. I thought so too.
I did too.
Oh, but they're lighting him out. They are lighting him out. Yep, fire, and he's down. Easy swing. Bang.
Moon looking into his eyes to do that, it felt like.
It's nothing personal, kid. It's just business.
Oh, yeah.
And now, I mean, they pretty much got the full clear here. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to plant right where that barrel used to be. And the 5 versus 2 is most certainly going to go the way of EKU.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Bang, 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 bang.
It looks like they have learned from their mistakes.
Bang, bang,
But
bang.
there's a point where you stop re-challenging it.
Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Beep. You're welcome. 4-3 is a beautiful execution. It goes the way of EKU, and yep, we are gonna go to first 4 now from RSU, and I feel like we're gonna see some spawn peaks come out here.
Most likely. Especially we might see... I feel like if we see Jake on dock again, we just know it's gonna happen. No, there we go. Oh, we got Fry on dock though.
Attackers need to locate and
So with
defuse
that
as many
dog,
bombs
I think
as they
it-
can.
Goes without saying, we're probably gonna see a spawn peak here.
Bomb located
Question
by
is, will
attackers.
EKU expect
ADS deployed and ready to go.
them to spawn peek back at them?
I would.
Absolutely.
That's typically how it goes, is you make reads based on how you play.
We're ready for company.
Because you're assuming that the person you're playing is at least as good as you, or that your play is just the
10
best,
seconds
so
remaining.
that's the play that they'll make.
Deploying mobile cover.
I don't know.
5
That's how
seconds
I
remaining.
think.
Clear your corners because you know you'd be hot in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Deploying.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Well, let's see. How long does it take to see some blood?
Changing mags.
Shoot through the window right now.
Wall fortified.
Yeah, this is always really tricky to enter from this side. You really have to make sure you have all the right information before you do so. And so far, so good. They're actually getting a lot of information here as they focus on clearing in. And the EKU is going to be able to breach on into the top floor.
RC.
And as we know, EKU loves to go from that top floor down, so this is...
Rateros on site.
They're happy and in their element. And I remember when they added the hard breaching util. That was a game changer.
Selma sequence activated.
Back at fucking old man saying back in my day, you only had your hard breach characters were the only people that could do it.
You had one. You get thermite.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pick it up Oz, and you might as well wrap this round up now. I mean, that is literally the win condition. The Grim Bees start to fly out, begin hunting. With 1:20 on the clock, though, EK, you do have to be careful not to waste too much time. Remember, such time drags can become deadly.
Ratero.
Frag out! Reloading! Drone up and running.
Oh. Well, we know someone's there. And we know we can shoot their feet through the drone hole.
Yeah, a bit of info there.
Sequential breach.
And now EKU just need to not fumble this. They just need to get a clean execute on the site, either bust down, find the kills, or
Oh,
get the
wow.
quit.
That-
And yeah, that angle could do some damage here. Yep. I'm telling you right there, that is one of those things that you only know because you know that you like to play there and you want to be able to counter it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got 2 people in there. You need to clear out at least one. You need to get on the site and really get this down. That great little cap tower right
Second on
there.
go.
The smoke tree to go down. Give him some room to get this plant, and there we go. Round 1 EKU.
5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Flawless.
all due respect to the rest of the team, the only person I have faith in that wouldn't be 5.
Was Dent. Long ago.
And as we stated, that's the win con.
5-3. Need 2 to clean this one up here in map number 3. As we will finally see a bedroom office defense on the second floor. And we are going to see an RSU timeout.
Yeah. And honestly, here's the thing about timeouts. As beneficial as they can be, clear your head, chat, and figure out what we're doing wrong and how to counter it. You're giving the other team just as much time to chat, figure out how they can do better, and clean up the round.
See, here's the deal, man. Talon, he's on 130 ping. He's got an excuse to be 2-6. Ford, he's on 97 ping. I've been there. It's not fun. He's got an excuse to be 0-8. How you gonna have 52 ping and be 1-7? I'm sorry to call you out like this, Fry, but man, it's just not a good look. We've been gassing Oz for this game, 13-5. Sin has really turned up here in map number 3. Obviously, I think Lomos had the masterclass thus far, especially in map number 2, but Sin is really turning up here on the chalet.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now we're just gonna see, are we going to see a big
Attackers have
improvement
located
here
the bomb.
after this timeout, or are we gonna see EKU doing more of the same?
Well, we have gone back to basement. And we're opting to not take the thermite in with us. So that means we're probably going to be... Never mind. We did a lot of operator switching just then. Wow. Like 3 people changed to be able to get that set up that they wanted.
10 seconds left before insertion.
So they will be able to
5
do
seconds
most
to
of the
insertion.
same ideas. Pressure most of the same spot. You'll notice, though,
Attackers
that...
are moving to defuse a bomb.
RSU does not want to play in that little tiny hall that Oz was playing in their first defensive round here. They've actually blocked that off entirely and are not looking to play so aggressively. I think they're trying to make that the small adjustment that they want to make. Bandit Trick trying to come out to prevent the thermite, and it will do so. But thermite eats a ton, or the bandit, sorry, eats a ton of damage in the meantime. The thermite will be able to go off, and the health advantage is to EKU.
Then they immediately, I mean, they break that floor and then they go right back to their clearing from the top.
Yeah.
I get them to think they're coming from one way and then moving directly into a different kind of.
Well, it's just more or less of like an insurance plan, really. It feels like just being able to have that as a last-ditch effort where you can kind of peek and swing on that. Because, you know, when I played ranked on this map, this is literally how games would go, where we would only breach from there, and it was like everyone take gunfights until you win one.
Yeah.
Terrible way to play this game. I don't know why we did it like that.
It feels very easy up until a certain skill level to just feel like the solution is
Shoot
just
gun.
aim better.
True.
And we know. So it looks like they're not going to come back through that angle. But yeah, it felt like back then it was just who aims better wins better. But as you find out later, it's just who thinks better wins better. Aim does help.
Unfortunately for EKU, this clear is taking them an insane amount of time. And they're already down to 1 minute on the clock, so they're gonna have to get something moving here, get the ball rolling, so they can stay on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, 1 minute left in the game, and we're just hardly even on the first floor. No one into the basement yet.
Yeah, and
There's one person.
yeah, we do see the red ping come out, and one player is actually still in that little side hall playing for it, despite having no escape route. So that player is trapped there. Like, Capital would be very strong. And it looks like we're gonna break on in from the other side deep. But with 20 seconds left, this is going to turn and get real mixy real soon here.
Yeah. Because we're running in, not even clearing it.
Yeah, the gunfight comes
It
through.
doesn't matter that we didn't even clear it.
15 seconds left.
Yeah, and the ace is going to begin breaking it down. Porter going to be able to find one on the town. The finger trap goes down. Oss is going to be able to gun down. Send coming in from Corb. 2 versus 2 now. You have to get the diffuser down. Borger's going to be able to pick up Oss. 1 versus 1. Fry versus Borger for the round, essentially. All the win condition is on this diffuser. Fry is held at bay. The gunfight comes in, and with a 15 seconds, they managed to execute
So that's my high five
flawlessly.
buddy right there.
I mean, wow, what a play. I thought for sure that there was no way.
Absolutely. It felt like they took too long, but they just proved to us, hey, you keep saying it can't be done to make it in 10 seconds, but if anyone can, EKU can.
Yeah, and that's going to be match point.
Putting us to where we just have to win 1 to their 3 to even start overtime. I mean, the pressure is on RSU right now. If you lose 1 round, the game's over for you. And EKU can afford to give up 2.
Yeah.
Attackers need to
I mean,
locate
ideally
and
we won't
defuse
give
as
up
many
any,
bombs as they
but
can.
Yeah, and they're going to hedge their bets again on this bottom, and Corb, I think, is most certainly going to go for some kind of spawn peak. 0-9 is just not a great stat line at all. And Lomo, again, adding to his masterclass, joining Sin at 10-5.
Attackers have
Austin's
located
doing
the
all
bomb.
he can, man, 14-6. But I think EKU, I mean, they are looking to drive this dagger.
Reloading, cover me!
Changing mag!
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go.
Measure up!
Look what the gate is done!
Set device!
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
no. So far, it looks like no spawn peaks have been attempted.
Changing mag!
The one thing I am seeing a lot of players at this rank do that in low ranks people acted like is the biggest cardinal sin to do. And that is everybody has the red dots on their gun. Now, I don't know if you dealt with this at all, but when I was playing, you had the red dot on your gun. People would just see that and be like, wow, you're literally throwing, the enemies can see the red dot on
Yeah.
the wall and they're gonna pinpoint you down.
The laser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if people ever actually was like, wait, there's a laser there, let me track it.
Dude, sometimes I did. I was that guy. Alibi, the alibi pick is crazy, I fear. Oh, be careful. Be careful. Grenade out. Yeah, I mean, we're just searching. Moon is gonna be the one that draws the first blood here. Oz is quick on the trade. Oh, Moon! Take him down. Nice clean headshot right there, and there's the win condition already met.
I mean, 15 and 7.
Yeah,
Come on.
for this score line is just absurd, honestly. Now the fact of the matter is, how do you get on site? How do you convert this round win? It's not 100% easy. You do still have to be be careful. But the fact of the matter is, it's just a matter of doing your due diligence and not overthinking it too much. And they're doing it. They're holding all the right angles. They're making sure that they clear fully. We're gonna see them drop this hatch, work down towards the second, or towards the basement.
From what I can tell, that hatch is free, right?
Yep.
What?
Reloading!
I'm in shock.
What?
What did we just watch?
Someone PC check, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Glasses up.
Attackers
What?
are activating the bomb diffuser.
I mean, GG.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
I'm uninstalling. Personally. What did we watch?
Wait, I'm actually mad.
I didn't even see them through our wall hacks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Lomo Masterclass series and just a beautiful comeback from EKU after losing in the game number 1. But honestly, I think they did really well to adapt the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that bodes very well for them as the season progresses.
absolutely. I mean, it looked like, from what I could tell, I was checking their stats recently, and looks like the first round was just a FF, so we got a free win there. And then since then, they went 0-2, and now they went 2-1. So.
Yeah. Strong wins out of them, and they play same time, same channel next week. But that is going to be it for us, guys. We are going to head on out of here. This is Alan,
I'm in Dakota.
and we will see you all next time.
Yep.